Okay, so I'm going 6-0 with my Gruul Landfall deck in the Premier Draft Zendikar Rising, and I play for two important things in this round, and this is my only chance in this draft for this. So the first thing is Diamond Tier 2. If I win this game, I will reach this rank, and if not, even if I go 7-1, I won't reach it in this event, and I will have to wait for another draft. So this is not a very good hand, but if my opponent goes first, I will keep it and hope for the best. So already a cheaper creature came, so it's nice. And the second thing I'm playing for is a perfect 7-0 run, which I can achieve if I win this draft, and it didn't happen for me for quite some time, so I'll be very happy to reach it. So adding a 2-3 doesn't make a good enough impact. I'll maybe try to kill something with my Colossus, but and with this kicker, that is optimistic to some degree, because maybe the Colossus will just get killed. Okay, then they don't have big enough party to kill my creatures, so that's nice. So if my Colossus survives, and then they don't have some combat tricks, so they don't attack with their creatures, I can have a good turn with my Taunting Arbor Mage. So maybe the combat trick is coming after all. What can we have? Maybe just 4 damage to a blocker or something. I think I'm gonna go for it, still making a 2-for-1. I don't think they have something that will give them a 1-for-1 in these circumstances. And I won't block this one. Maybe some direct damage to kill off my Colossus now. I could have attacked with this, but if they remove one of my creatures, I prefer to have a blocker. And still I prefer to exchange Visionary for Geopit 5/3, not my Helion. I can take 3 damage, but having a big creature like Helion is very nice in this spot. So I think that's just a better bluff. And I don't think I have to hurry. Helion is pretty nice for them, but and I can make 2 for 1, but lose Helion, or I can make my Nectar Pot exchange with Geopit, which is pretty nice too, and still have this Helion, but I think 2 for 1 is good enough. So. And still the life gain can be important for me, so I think that's worth it. So I think I just have to play this as a 2/3, leave some mana up, but I have good enough blocks for this Helion if they don't have removal or combat trick. I'm gonna triple block here. It's quite risky, but I'm risking with small enough creatures. That's a nice exchange. Exchanging 2, 3, 4, 5. And maybe I'll keep this forest. I don't think I need gain life that much now, so I'll leave it for the other Landfall cards I have. So they can give this 5 power. So now I won't wait for more landfall payoffs, just play this land and gain 1 life, and the territorial sidecat can now exchange with this ambusher, which is nice, because I drew many lands already, so I may not have enough time to make it a lot bigger, so this exchange isn't bad, but if they tapped out that much, I think I can... I don't know what they could have to just kill my adventurer, so let's see. I think it's not very risky, I'll take a 2 for 1 anyway, I think. Some tokens, so I think we can call it a good game. Okay, very nice. So a perfect run in this draft, and with deck I wasn't happy about at the beginning, but it played out very nicely, and it felt powerful when I played it, so that's some surprise. But I said when I was building this deck, I said what I think its disadvantages were. So maybe my opponents weren't aggressive enough or something, but it looked like it could have some problems. So I'm very happy they weren't big enough, and I don't remember when I had a perfect run in a draft the last time. I had a 7-0 in my first sealed when Zendikar Rising was released, but seals are not ranked, and having 7-0 on Diamond is pretty nice. So let's check. If you're interested, let's check together what will I open in my boosters. I'm very happy with this event. I'm happy that I reached Diamond Tier 2, and that gives me some chances to reach Mythic in November, so I would gladly welcome more drafts like this. So, got 6 boosters to open. So this Ancient is obviously a good sideboard card, can be considered in some meta games, but I don't know. It's probably not played widely, but I'm not up to date with constructed and especially with traditional best of 3 constructed play. But this Ancient is the only card playable here. And this one is, I think it is also playable. It's pretty. It looks like a pretty good card, being a nice attacker and lifelinker early in the game, and reanimating as a kicker and making an easy 2-for-1 for 6 mana is pretty cool as well. So it has some potential. I'm not sure if it's played somewhere now, but potential is obviously here. And here I don't think anything is constructed playable. One can consider this, but I don't think it's worth it to play a Tapland just to have this minor upside. This combat trick with permanent effect is still too weak for constructed, and the option is nice to have a land that does something else in the late game or when you're flooding out, but both modes are too weak, I think. So the flexibility doesn't make up for that. Into the Royal can be considered, I think, but it's probably not good enough, and there are no aggressive party decks, and even if they're or warriors decks, and even if they were, I think we got better red warriors like this rare one that sees play in mono red. I don't remember the name, Karagan something. And this can be considered, I think, and maybe I saw it somewhere. And if clerics are playable, it's one of the cards that should see play in clerics decks, I think. I played it with Abzan clerics once, I think, in best of 1 standard, and this probably was there, but I'm not sure. I don't remember that well. So I played Demon's Disciple, and I think it combos well enough with Nightmare Shepherd. So if the whole deck is powerful enough, it's the best thing that does what it does, so making both players sacrifice creatures. I played Black Crafter in Mono Black Nightmare Shepherd deck before the rotation, so I think this one is worse overall, but has some upside, because if you play it on an empty board and opponent has a creature or more creatures, you can sacrifice it to Village Rites in response to its trigger, and and Black Crafter would make you discard a card. So, since it says that if a player doesn't have creatures or planeswalkers, they must discard a card. I think it's the only thing playable here. This is probably too slow, even if some kicker deck emerge. Mythic wildcard is always welcome. And here I don't think anything is playable. Probably the closest could be this one, since white Winnie decks need 1-drops, but they prefer 2/1 stats, and this activated ability is too expensive, and being a warrior doesn't make up for that, even if there could be some warrior synergies in Boros or something. Still, there should be better 1-drops, and this I think so play in some counter decks. They are not very popular, I think, but it has enough of upside to at least consider it playing in counters decks. This is a spell, and I think that can be considered in some decks, especially aggressive decks that don't want to have too many lands, but it's a backup land that has the ability that's quite important for white-based aggressive decks, which are protecting the creatures. But I think there are better options now. Just this Alsight from Theros and this Selfless Survivor or something like this dog that sacrifices and giving indestructible to something else. And only negate here is worth mentioning, so it's a good sideboard card. And some main decks are playing it, and this I think is playable, but more in Historic. But I'm not up to date with Historic, so I think I saw it somewhere, but probably you can laugh at me because maybe it's very popular now, and I say I saw it somewhere, but that's just how it is. I don't play much constructed lately, and I played more standard if I played something. I played FNM at home Historic, and one game after that with my Rakdos Croxa. The videos from FNM at home are on my channel, but it was a little number of games, so I didn't meet that legendary creature from previous booster. And here we have Florahedron, which is certainly playable, and I played against it when Mono Green Food deck was playable in Standard. You can also check the videos from Arena Open. I qualified for day 2, and then I lost to Mono Green Food with my Gruul Landfall deck, so this was played there, and certainly can be considered in decks in green decks that want to play mana and orcs. And that's this is the other thing. None of the commons are playable enough. Don't think this is playable even in cleric decks or black life gain decks. It's no veto or something like this, so this is a good removal, and certainly is played in some decks. And Zagros, I think it's a card that's worth considering or building around, but you have to just be a aggressive Rakdos party deck, I think, and this doesn't exist at the moment, I think, or isn't played widely. Maybe someone plays it, but you don't meet that very often. It's not. But I think if you can enable it and play it like on turn 3 from time to time, it is possible to play it to play 3 2-drops, 1 on the first turn and 2 on the second, and then this for turn 3, so it can be pretty nice then, or if you can play it for later than in the third turn, but for 2 mana it's also pretty nice. So I think it's not a card you can dismiss as unplayable and constructed. Okay, so thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will try to reach Mythic in November. So to remind, 3 days till the end of the season, so it will be some maybe thrilling run for it. So I think I'll post more draft videos, and it can be interesting if I battle for Mythic in this short time. So stay tuned, and again, be sure to subscribe and not miss it. So see you then.